Welcome back.
So we've got a beautiful cake, some beautiful cupcakes that match it, and perhaps you're feeling a little inspired to do a little bit more, so we're gonna add some little embellishments to both the cake or the cupcakes. So we've got all kinds of little tools laid out already, and we've got some store-bought fondant. We'll give you some, and I'll take some too. So we're gonna make some little flowers and maybe a little heart or two. Depending on the weather and the temperature, fondant can be very sticky, so we're gonna use cornstarch.
It's really
Today,
sticky
it's terribly sticky. It's very hot. These lights are very hot. And you don't need to bring a lot of it out at a time. It will dry out quite quickly. So you wanna use just about as much as you figure you're going to be using to cut from. We've got a couple different sets of things to work with. So we've got a little set of cookie cutters that are specific for making flowers. There's all kinds of petals to cut from. We're just gonna use the basic guys though, which are a nice simple flower. We've got these which are for molding the flower shape. So we'll let it rest in there so it has a nice concave shape to it once it's dry. And then we have little foam and sponge pads, and that way we can press the cutouts and make them shaped a little bit more. And then of course we have our miniature rolling pins, which are
Yes, we like to use
adorable.
tiny tools.
I steal a lot of stuff from my kids' Play-Doh and toy sets.
Yes, it's perfect.
There's all kinds of little tools that are great.
And
Fondant is essentially, it's kind of like
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. It's a modeling thing. You can make all kinds of things with it.
This would be a great time if you have children to get them involved, because obviously these look like they're for children, so it's great for them and easy for them to roll out. So you can buy like these kind of cookie cutters at different baking stores. Again, anything you want, you can pick any sort of cookie cutter you want. Don't feel like they have to be specific to these sorts of things or this size. It's nice that these are small because they'll fit on the cupcakes, but if you want something bigger, by all means.
And this guy's my little go-to cookie cutter. It makes a great classic little flower that's pretty and dainty, and we can add it to basically everything. So we've also got a couple sets of tools to mold them with. You can buy these at all kinds of baking stores as well. They come in a set of about 8 pieces, and they come in handy for all kinds of things too. So essentially we're just gonna make some cutouts.
It's helpful too if, because it's so sticky, sometimes Pam will put the cookie cutter into the shortening a little bit so that it doesn't stick as much.
Yeah, or the cornstarch.
Or sorry, the cornstarch, my apologies.
Yeah.
And
After
then
a
use his
couple of
hand.
them, you wanna just clean off the edge a little bit. Otherwise it's gonna start getting messy. You're gonna start leaving a little edge behind. Or you can flip over the cutter and also use the other side.
I'm gonna make hearts.
Those are pretty. And you don't have to do anything else to them. You could just put them right onto your cupcake.
Or you could write on them.
Or you could put somebody's
Initials for like a wedding or a birthday.
For the flowers, now that you have these little guys cut out, we're gonna put them onto the foam pad. And taking one of the ballers, but they're not the super big one, but just the medium-sized one. Just want to press into it and add some cornstarch to that. And basically make a little dent into it and push it out so that it becomes more of a flower and not quite like a little star.
So Pam, is there any other tool people could use at home if they can't find this kind of thing? Perhaps a spoon might
Maybe
work.
a spoon.
A small.
I would think too, even just using your
Tiny
hands and
spoon.
fingers. Yeah. And forming them like that.
And again, they don't have to be perfect, obviously. That's the key. And if you don't like them, you can always take them and once, like, don't wait too long because they will dry out, but you can, you know, mold them back
Stretch
like
them back up.
Play-Doh and start over again.
With the bigger flowers, we can leave these guys to sit just like that and they'll sit like that and dry. With these guys though, if you wanted to make them more shaped, take them at that stage and place them in there. I would leave these guys at least an hour with store-bought fondant. Longer if it's humid and hot out like it is. And then say even the next day, you can prepare this the previous day and then add it to it when you're ready to go.
You can buy these silver dragées.
A dragée.
Is the technical term for them. And you can put one in the middle. It probably won't stick right now because there's no water. Put a little drop of water in there. Or sometimes Pam uses, what do you use in there? The
Gumtex.
But you don't need to use that. That's
No,
fancy.
water essentially just makes the sugar melt a little bit, and then that'll stick to it.
That way it has like a little middle part to it.
Yeah, and then these
See
guys
there.
too, you can add a little bit of water to the center. Don't put the silver ones. I want to put the white ones. And then you could just add some little balls to the middle. And then yeah, if you want to, do you want to put those on the cake?
On the cake or on the cupcake?
Either.
Okay. So these are pretty soft, so let them sit, like Pam said, for a little bit. And then you kind of push them in on the cupcake.
If this icing has dried a little bit, and if you've done your cupcakes, if you've done the flowers the day before and now you're putting it onto the buttercream, like I said, just using a little touch of water on the back will make that flour stick right to the buttercream again.
Yeah, and this is something you can do before making your cupcakes and your cake.
You can do this weeks before even.
Yeah, they will dry out and sit and last for a really long time.
Just become hard candy.
Yeah, because it's basically just sugar. So by all means, do them ahead of time. That way you have a lot of time to practice too.
And you have flowers on a whim. If somebody comes over for tea.
Yes.
And you could put flowers on your cupcakes.
You could. That's a great idea. There. Now you have pretty cupcakes to go with your pretty cake. So you can follow us on Twitter or on Instagram or look us up on our website. And we will see you next week. Thank you for watching.